Hello YouTube, it is me, Raina. So you see the title of this video, let me make myself clear. If you are pro J.K. Rowling or pro Johnny Depp, I suggest you click off this video. Don't even comment anything, I will delete it. I'm being so serious. Okay? Okay. Let's move forward. So as you know, the new Fantastic Beasts movie is currently out and are getting ready to come out. And Variety just posted this intriguing article that I'm not surprised by, considering everything that's been going on in the Harry Potter community in WB. Now, my past with Harry Potter is this. I've seen these movies since I was a child. I watched Prisoner of Azkaban in theaters, and then from then forth, I've seen every single Harry Potter movie in theaters. I read the books in my senior year of high school. Of course, just like everybody else in the era of the early 2000s to late 2000s, I became obsessed with Harry Potter. You know the story, basically. And I held up J.K. Rowling to a high esteem. And unfortunately, that esteem has fallen the past few years and has fallen detrimentally. Okay? Let me say out front, I do not stand by what that woman says when it comes to the trans community. They are part of the LGBT community. They have always have and always will be. They are who they say they are. Their pronouns, everything. What J.K. Rowling says is wrong. And you can look up many YouTube videos. I suggest you watch a YouTuber named Jessie Gender. She has made multiple videos about J.K. Rowling, and she can educate you on more than I can, okay? And there are many trans YouTubers on YouTube that has broken down of what she said. So listen to them. Just listen to them. Once again, I will not take any comment that's coming to defend her. That's my stance. End of discussion. Anyway, so it's basically breaking down all the controversies that has come upon Fantastic Beasts series. The most notable one that I'm going to concentrate on, of course, is Johnny Depp. Now, I remember when before the first Fantastic Beasts movie came out, it was leaked that Johnny Depp was going to be in the movie. And I'm not sure why that leaked. I have my suspicions on why that leaked, considering he's a big star. I feel that WB was not always confident in this franchise, considering it's with newer characters. Obviously, the other characters have grown up, and this is a prequel. So I feel like this was stunt casting for a reason anyway, and people were already iffy. And then it came out, the whole fiasco with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, the allegations of him abusing her came out. And a lot of fans, including me, were really, angry about this and wanted him out of the movie. Because the second movie was going to really concentrate on his character. So there was kind of this big movement, this big petition to get Johnny Depp out. But J.K. Rowling and Warner Brothers supported him and continued on within the movie. They didn't fire him until after the second one came out and didn't do as well in the box office. That's my cynical brain talking. Maybe you can come up with anything else. I do not know. But they did give him a second chance, by the way. And so now the stuff going on with Ezra Miller, that, they've been terrorizing Hawaii these past couple weeks. I mean, I'm not laughing at it. It's terrible, but it's just messed up. And of course, more importantly, what I think is the really thing we should be looking for here, considering she is the creator of basically the whole entire wizarding world, is J.K. Rowling and her transphobic comments that she has been putting online. She, from what I've seen, she's been trouting this transphobic comment since December 2019. I remember this was yesterday because, we all know COVID started around this time. COVID was wreaking havoc in China. Around this time also in the USA, Trump was being impeached. So there were some big worldwide things going on here that was going to wreck the next year, that was 2020. But she decided that, trans people and, non-binary people were the main problem. And she continued this well into 2020. around the summer of that year, where Black Lives Matter became worldwide, and still either governments in the UK and the US were doing nothing about COVID, and we were left to ourselves, and then basically everything collapsed. But, you know, trans people was the thorn in her side, and she kept pressing on about that, and she still does this till this day. She recently, just as a couple days ago, was having lunch with the anti-trans group, the same trans group that was interrupting a pride march, basically saying take the T out of LGBT, or basically take the L or whatever. They wanted to exclude trans people at the end of the day. They're transphobic, they're TERFs, we all know the story. So, you know, she's been in hot water. And, you know, J.K. Rowling was not in the reunion special. They used old clips of her from years ago. Apparently at the most recent premiere, she did not take pictures of the cast. And of course, with the press from the cast, I mean, it's just been a mess. Okay, she has created her own mess. She always claims, oh, you're taking things out of context, when we're literally reading it from your Twitter. How can you take anything out of context when you've typed it on your phone onto your Twitter page? You're typing transphobic nonsense. It's infuriating how that woman has been indoctrinated and how much her voice carries, and she knows it. And unfortunately, it gives a big, huge endorsement to those transphobic organizations in the UK and the US. So there you go. And so that's why Warner Brothers has been kind of shaky when it comes to this series. And allegedly, they might be stopping, whether it comes to movies or TV shows. I mean, granted, you know, for the past couple years, you know, people talk about TV shows. They've been talking about this forever when it's come to Harry Potter. Even before the Fantastic Beasts movies, people wanted like a Harry Potter TV show or, you know, spin-offs, prequels, whatever, when it has come to this series. And now with everything that's going on, I mean, yes, the stuff with Johnny Depp is important. Yes, the stuff with Ezra Miller is important. But I feel like, in my personal opinion, J.K. Rowling, like I said, she is the author. She is the creator. She is the one that we, people like me, who was fans of the book since I was younger, have grown up with. I've seen her books when I went to elementary school, middle school, high school. Y'all don't understand how big these books were back in the day. They had countdowns in Times Square. Half-Blood Prince was sold out back in 2006. I remember that like it was yesterday. I went to every movie. It was, people don't understand, okay? She was an inspiration to a lot of writers, and most importantly, to children. And what really hurts me when it comes to this, is when I really get into it, is when she started to spew her transphobic mess back in 2019 till now. What I saw the most were parents of trans kids, you know, being crestfallen, being sad, and being infuriated, being mad, and just confused to be like, why are you saying this? You have my trans kids read your book. And also you have she has a big trans fan base. She has a big queer fan base, always has, has always been there. Trust me, I know, I've been in this fandom for a long time, I know. And the fact that she just was like, you know, whatever. And there's been some other stuff in the books that have been questioned, you know, with anti-Semitism, with racism, you know, that's important too. But this is something that she really, for no questions, no, oh, well, maybe she, you know, whatever. No, this is something that she has indoctrinated. That's something that she has and still is endorsing till this day. So it's no surprise to me that Warner Brothers is a little bit shook right now. They've been shaking a lot. They're not a little bit shook. They're all the way shook. Okay? There's an earthquake going on over there right now. All their stuff is out of whack. Not just Harry Potter, but I'm keeping on this because it's so important. So this does not surprise me in the slightest, because this series to me fell off after the first movie. The first movie was good for what it was, but, you know, it didn't really, I mean, it grabbed me a little bit and I was intrigued, but with the second one, with the third one, it turned into a Dumbledore prequel, and I was like, wow, this is not what I was sold, and I'm not interested like that, to be quite honest. And the storytelling has not been good, which is surprising because J.K. Rowling wrote the script, but there's a difference between script writing and book writing. But anyway, so this is going to be turned into a long video. So, and of course, it turned into a rant about J.K. Rowling because, hello, it's about Harry Potter. So, what are your thoughts? Once again, you know, I'm not going to fight with people in the comments. People deserve rights, no matter who they are, no matter what gender they identify as, no matter who they are. I don't care. People deserve rights. People deserve to be treated with the utmost respect. Okay? And what J.K. Rowling is doing right now is the exact opposite. The exact opposite. Okay? So, like I said, I'm going to put the article in the description. You can read over yourselves. It gives a great breakdown of everything that has happened by YouTube.